Will your next meeting be a major expense or a significant investment? Think outcome, and that will determine the difference. When we think about outcome, what will they remember after baggage claim? What we're thinking about is changing behavior, causing people to do things differently. Do we want them to do something they haven't done before, or to do what they're doing, only do it differently, maybe do it better or faster? Or are there some things we would like for them to stop doing? That's what we mean by outcome. What is your desired outcome for the meeting? What is your organization's desired outcome for the meeting? And if you could cause the people in the audience to do things differently, what would that be? And more importantly, what would that be worth to your organization? Changing behaviors typically occurs based on what's happening in the front of the room at your conference. Yes, all the amenities are nice and the meals and the events, but what happens in the front of the room will determine your outcome, the outcome from your conference. So as a professional speaker, I look at it this way. I can do my presentation and retention will be fairly high at the end of my presentation, especially if I've used interaction, used some visuals, colors, videos, and have people writing and making notes. But I recognize that the next day, based on studies, the majority of what I've said will be lost. What they will probably remember are the stories and the jokes, but if they can tie a point to the story or joke, that's just fine, but we're losing the momentum. And then a week later, significant portions of the presentation will be gone unless there is reinforcement. There are three types of reinforcement. One is digital. So the day after your conference, could your attendees receive an email? Could they be sent a link to a video that will reinforce what happened at the conference? Another reinforcement is e-learning. E-learning can extend the value of your meeting for a long period of time, even up to a year. And then there's blended learning, which includes classroom and digital and case studies and all the things that we do in traditional and virtual training. In my presentations, I include a digital format, a digital follow-up. That way we can extend the value of the message that I crafted. I can also provide e-learning. It can be generic e-learning, or I can create e-learning just for your organization. And then, of course, there's blended learning, which I've been doing for a long time. What would be best for your organization? Well, we figure that out during the needs analysis. Before speaking to any audience, I do a needs analysis. It's more effective when I can engage the client prior to the meeting. What do you want your people to do differently, stop doing? Where's your organization? Where are you trying to go? What is your desired outcome? So that everything I say and do on the platform is focusing on your desired outcome, your organization's desired outcome. There are four basic types of presentations: to inform, to train, to entertain, or to motivate. We blend these based on the outcome, the desired outcome of the meeting, of the presentation. Informing will change the way people think, and eventually that will change the way that they act. Training will actually change their behaviors immediately. Entertaining will change their emotion, and motivation will change their attitude. So how do we put these together in a presentation? When I'm speaking to a sales group, executive group, CEOs, management, I use primarily information. Here's what's happening in sales. There's been more change in sales in the last 18 months than there has been in the last 18 years. We're looking at going into 2023 and 2024 with even more changes in process, in technology, and in demographics. We have to be prepared to address whatever happens. So as part of a keynote, I would also train, give people things they can do to begin changing their behavior immediately. When speaking to a sales audience or a sales management leadership audience, I do more training. I concentrate on the most important specific changes that your group needs. And then I will explain the reasons behind the changes so that they can apply them using their own personality and style. Then I instill a "you can do this" attitude. We want to motivate them so that they will go out and do these things, try these things that may be initially uncomfortable for them. And finally, I use humor and stories to make sure that the people stay engaged. In a motivational presentation, like an after-dinner presentation, it's primarily entertainment. It's audience-friendly humor. Nothing is offensive, of course, and the stories are all told with a purpose. There's a moral to the story, a performance moral. We motivate them to try and to try again and to try differently. We need encouragement to get out of our habits and out of our ruts. Motivation is the combination of education and opportunity. My definition of motivation is the combination of education and opportunity. Let's work together so that your next meeting will have a positive ROI, that the return on your investment in your meeting or conference is going to be positive. For more information, I've put together a guide that even includes a calculator that will show you that if you bring in the right speakers, the right talent, the right information, your sales can go up, which means your revenue can go up, or your expenses can go down, which means your profit goes up, or you could do a little bit of both. Thank you for your time, and remember, teach others.